Fortune, welcome to Live from Bed.
Thanks, Jade. I'm excited to be here.
I'm so happy you're here. So last night, I obviously knew we were doing this interview.
Yeah.
And I was in a public restroom stall. And I was thinking about you while I was going to the bathroom. And I was like, okay, so I was in the stall and like the lock like was sort of broken. So I was holding it like with my foot.
Been there.
Doing some acrobatic situation. And someone came in and they tried to open it. And it's a very vulnerable situation you're in, right? So my immediate reaction was, someone's in here, right? That's the thing I say when someone's coming to the restroom stall. But I was thinking to myself, I think that's very telling about a person. What's their go-to statement when they need to communicate to the other person that there's someone in the stall? What would you say?
I think I do the formal, like, occupied. Just get right to it. But
occupied is formal.
Or it's what you said, like
someone's in here is crazy.
Someone's in here. I don't think is that crazy.
Is it not?
No.
Like, I'm in here, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be right?
Well, you can't like tell them who exactly is in here.
Jade Iovine is in here.
Yeah.
But it's scary. Some people say some crazy shit.
You are squatting and have to put your hand up holding the door and all of a sudden it's moving and everything's going everywhere.
Yeah, it's very scary.
I'm glad you made it through.
Yeah, but I thought of you and I was like, I gotta ask Fortune what she says. I'm like, some people have some creative answers. Occupied. It's formal, it's classy, it's not communicating too much information.
It gets right to the point.
Yeah, it's mysterious too, which I like. So I love your name.
Thank you.
I've never met anyone named Fortune before.
There's a lot of people in my family with the last name. It came from a last name.
Oh, that's cool. I love that. But your grandmother gave you this name?
My grandmother wanted my mom to name me this. It was her mother's maiden name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I feel like it also is like this hopeful, like, you know what I mean? It's a big name to live up to.
For sure. And my grandmother was very adamant about it, which it was not her personality. She was kind of a go with the flow person, but my mom said she just kept the whole pregnancy just saying like, this is the name, this is the name. And my mom thought it was too big of a name.
I love that name. I love a powerful name. I feel like some people who have like more pedestrian names than Fortune, it's like they don't care about the first name as much. Like, but you realize like when you have a good name, it's an incredible thing.
Yeah, it's nice because it does help you stand out. I remember when I first started Groundlings, this theater out here in LA that a lot of sketch comedy performers went to. I had never done any comedy classes. No one knew who I was. And they did a game at the end of the first class where they said, you're in a circle, go around and say whose name you can remember.
Oh, okay. So not a fun fact, thank God.
And my name was the only one that everyone remembered. And I was like, oh, this is a cool name.
You could be like Madonna if you want. You could drop Feimster. You could
just like Madonna.
You really could. Like Fortune
Feimster's a mouthful anyway. So.
I like the double F. Like it's a vibe, but I feel like you could really just do the one name thing.
Yeah, maybe. You never know.
Like 100%. So you married your wife in 2020.
Yep.
So you married her in COVID. How did that work?
Yeah, right in the thick of it. And it was October of 2020.
Damn.
It's funny to think back now that we're okay, the urgency of it. But at the time, it felt very like we need to do this now.
Yeah.
We had been engaged for a couple of years. So we knew it was coming, but we kept prolonging getting married because neither of us are planners. And
same.
She kind of wanted like a really small thing. And I was like, yeah, but a big party would be fun. Then COVID hit and we're like, well, I guess that's not happening. And then the whole thing with the Supreme Court happened with Ruth Bader Ginsburg dying. And we kind of were like, whoa, are we not going to be able to get married at some point? And it did just kind of light a fire under us to be like, let's just do it. We're going to anyway. And this way it doesn't have to be a big thing. So she got her dream of having this very tiny wedding. We invited 5 friends. We rented a Airbnb in Malibu, so it was all outside.
Oh, amazing.
And everyone was like leading up to it was safe and but it was this like it meant a lot to everybody because it was like this one joyous moment in a very dark time. And then a year later, we got to do my thing where we had a big party.
Are you a big party kind of person? Do you like people?
I like big parties, but I don't like to plan it, you know? And so I've not had many big parties.
Because it requires you to
plan it. But we found a great place in Palm Springs and they were amazing. This restaurant down there, they took care of most of the stuff. And I can't even believe that we got it done knowing that we don't like to do that stuff. But it ended up being great because our families came, but there was not that pressure of a wedding. So everyone just got to have a good, fun weekend without the stress of a wedding.